We can all see what's going on with Nottingham Forest, and yeah, that's not an environment any professional really wants to be in, is it? That has inspired us to talk about other clubs with his kind of atmosphere. These are the 7 most toxic environments in football right now. Of course, we'll start with Nottingham Forest. When you have an owner who has been charged with drug trafficking, there are certain things you just can't be very surprised about. The man has a habit of sacking coaches at the slightest provocation, a pattern that is evident even from Olympiacos. And sometimes it's not even performance related, as we saw in the case of Nuno Espírito Santo. It seems like he's a singular, unquestionable force leading the club, and he just does whatever pleases him. First of all, sacking Nuno was a silly decision considering how much he was able to achieve with Forest last season. Then replacing a coach who had the deepest line in the league last season with an ultra-attacking manager like Ange Postecoglou mid-season was definitely even sillier. Okay, you made those decisions, but instead of giving the new manager time, you sack him less than 10 games in, just about 10 minutes after a loss to the world champions? Come on. But it's not just about the coaches, you know. We saw how the whole thing with Morgan Gibbs-White was handled. Obviously, no one knows exactly what happened, but it looked to the world like the player was somehow forced to stay back at Forest and sign a new deal there. I mean, he had a release clause, that clause was triggered by Spurs, and he was already booked for a medical, but from nowhere, a photo of him and Marinakis surfaced, and we hear that he has extended his contract. Yeah, surely there's nothing suspicious there. Another Premier League club that seems pretty toxic is West Ham. The way David Moyes was treated despite all he achieved was so crazy to see. This man returned to West Ham when they were 17th on the table and in a relegation fight, but he was able to take them to a club record 65 Premier League points the following season. He further led them to back-to-back top 7 finishes for the first time in their history, and also helped them reach the Europa League semi-final in 2022. Then in 2023, he won them the Europa Conference League, the club's first European trophy in almost 60 years. Moyes did all of this, only for the fans to start calling for him to be replaced in 2024. According to them, he was playing negative football and they felt they deserved better. Obviously, Moyes wasn't very happy with this, so he walked after the expiration of his contract in 2024. Well, since he left, they've been trying to replace him, and they're currently on their 3rd coach in the span of a little over a year. To treat a club legend in that manner is just unacceptable and toxic. There are a couple more Premier League clubs which are really toxic. Can you guess which ones we're referring to? Take a shot in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, take a second to do that right now, so you never miss out on our amazing content. Now let's talk about Ajax. Yeah, this is another really toxic environment for both coaches and players. Obviously, being a big club, the pressure is always going to be crazy, but a lot of times the fans take it too far and hurt their own players in the process. Remember when Ajax fans threw fireworks on the pitch in their own stadium when they were losing to Feyenoord? I mean, what on earth would make you want to vandalize your own home stadium? I mean, we weren't even an hour into that game when it was suspended because of the disruption. It was so bad that the referee had to send the players down the tunnel and abandon the game. The police had to use tear gas to clear the area, and even some police officers were injured amidst the whole melee. Now, of course, we just could not do this list without mentioning PSG. Everything seems rather peaceful with them now that they're dominating Europe, but not so long ago it was the most toxic environment ever. We saw how the fans treated Messi and Neymar and basically hounded them out of the club. Ultras showed up to the players' houses, whistled them on the pitch, and just generally treated them like outcasts. And if it's not the fans being toxic, it's the management of the club themselves. We also very recently saw how Gianluigi Donnarumma was treated. After he'd given his all to help PSG win their first ever Champions League and European treble, he was just dumped from the Super Cup squad and basically forced to leave, even though he desperately wanted to stay. It's quite toxic, to be very honest. Now, we said that there are a couple more Premier League clubs on this list. One of them is Manchester United. Do we even need to say much about this? We've seen how the fans have treated their players over the years, from Paul Pogba to Romelu Lukaku to Harry Maguire to David De Gea to Marcus Rashford to Anthony to Scott McTominay to Alejandro Garnacho. The list goes on and on and on. And when some of these players leave United and enjoy success elsewhere, it seems to highlight the toxicity of the environment at United and how it hinders the success of even the best players. What's extra annoying is that fans aren't patient anymore. 2 weeks after a new player joins, you'll see sections of the fan base already condemning him and calling him a colossal mistake. And it surely doesn't help that there are a lot of Man United old boys in the English media. These guys amplify the pressure on the players. We saw this most evidently with Paul Pogba. It felt like a witch hunt at some point. It's just so difficult for players and even coaches to succeed in an environment like that. The other Premier League club here is Chelsea. We can see their treatment of Sterling and Disasi. That's certainly not a healthy working environment for anybody. One day you're important at work. The very next, you can't even be in the same building with your colleagues. Even coaches aren't left out of it. I mean, look at the way Thomas Tuchel was dismissed just a little over a year after winning them the Champions League. And you remember why that happened? Let's remind you. Chelsea had sacked club director Marina and technical advisor Cech, which meant that Tuchel was more involved in the club's day-to-day transfer activity, and he didn't like that, and it surely didn't help that he didn't agree with the club's transfer strategy. Fast forward to Poch, and it was a similar issue. The Argentine manager finished the season strongly, but he still left the club a couple days later because he had clashed with the sporting directors and recruitment specialists over strategy and squad management. For example, Poch wanted some experienced players to guide the super young squad, but the club shut that down. That was just one of many issues. So yeah, Chelsea has not proven to be the best environment for players and coaches in recent times. Finally, Napoli is a pretty toxic environment, and you don't have to look any further than the Victor Osimhen saga to see evidence of this. The striker won them only their second ever Scudetto, their first in over 3 decades, but he was continually treated with disregard. If the social media accounts weren't making fun of him for missing a penalty, the new coach was icing him out of the squad for no real reason. And had reached an agreement with Al Ahly, Napoli decided to make life difficult for him by changing their asking price at the last minute. While he was still at the club, Napoli stripped him of his number, handed it to Lukaku, and left him out of the Serie A squad. All of this without having found a solution to his transfer, even with the transfer window in the major European leagues having closed. This led Osimhen to eventually settle for a move to Galatasaray on loan, as Turkey were one of the only few countries whose transfer window was still open past September 1st. To treat a player who won you the league, scored so many goals for you, and brought you so much success in that manner is just embarrassing. And although it's still early days, it's looking like Kevin De Bruyne is already getting a bit of that treatment from the coach at Napoli. Are there more clubs you'd say are really toxic environments for players and coaches? Drop their names in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now. Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.